Yes, guys, James here reporting for the Watford Way, and I've taken a day to reflect on the game and kind of reflect on my thoughts because, if I'd recorded after the game yesterday evening, yesterday afternoon, I was quite peed off, I was quite angry, frustrated, as I'm sure we all were after watching that shambolic performance yesterday. And I still am thinking all them things. However, I have calmed down, I've mellowed a little bit, and yeah, I'm going to talk to you about my thoughts about everything to do with Watford today. So first of all, the change of formation was interesting to say the least. I don't know what prompted Blair and Ismail to do that, since we've been playing a certain way throughout the entirety of the season so far. We come up against the Middlesbrough side who have been struggling in recent weeks. Yes, they beat Southampton in their last championship fixture, but prior to that, they've been really struggling defensively and offensively to score goals. And for some reason, I don't know why, Blair and Ismail chose to change the system. Yasser Esprit come into the side, Matthias Martins was dropped, Jeremy Ngakia started at right back, and there were some strange decisions that he'd made prior to the game that had me questioning why he made them. But he's ultimately the manager, he knows more about football than I do and than you do. So I was still relatively confident, relatively happy with the players that had been selected. I was just interested as to why Glenn Ismail had changed the system as he did. And ultimately, Watford conceded two really terrible goals early on in that first half. And actually, on first thought, you'd think Middlesbrough played really good football to kind of break Watford down. But actually, watching it back on numerous replays and on numerous channels, they were just basic give and goes, 1-2, 1-2. And very quickly, Middlesbrough broke through the Watford midfield, broke through the Watford defence. And it was just really, Watford were broken down by basic football ideas, really. It wasn't, Barcelona tiki-taka type football that broke Watford down. It was give and goes through the Watford midfield. And very quickly, they found themselves one-on-one with Daniel Batman, who really should have done better for all three goals yesterday. And now I've been quite positive around Daniel Batman this season. He's had a lot of criticism from Watford fans, and in some cases that has been rightly warranted. However, yesterday he was just absolutely dreadful, really terrible goalkeeping. Not even from a distribution perspective, but just from a basic shot stopping perspective. Which is quite concerning. Obviously, he's signed a 5-year contract. He's our new club captain. I don't think it's time to panic yet. Yes, Watford's position in the league table is terrible, but we are only, still relatively early on in the season. But I am worried about Blair and Ismail's future at the club. I know there was talks a few weeks ago about a potential revised contract, an improved contract that he's been discussing with the Watford hierarchy. But Watford facing an informed Sunderland side on Wednesday evening. And then the following weekend, we've got Cardiff City away. So 2 away games to come. We've not won away this season. We've really struggled away from home. And we're facing two sides who have really done so well this season. Sunderland look really good up front. And Cardiff City, they had the poor season last year. They've made some great signings in the summer and they've really turned it around as well. So I think, in my opinion, if Ismail loses, Sunderland away, which is very probable, and he struggles against Cardiff City, I think there's going to be real discussions around his future, which I don't personally agree with. But I think ultimately under Gino Pozzo in the current Watford hierarchy, yes, it looks like we are moving in a new direction, but you never know with the decisions they're going to make and the decisions they've made previously. So I am worried about Blair and Ismail's future, in the coming games. And obviously we've got an international break coming up, which in Gino Pozzo's eyes could be an opportunity to change head coach. But that's just me theorising and, not saying I've heard anything or anything like that. But, we've seen the decisions he's made in the past. And I think at this time last season, Rob Edwards had already been sacked and he'd probably actually accrued more points than Valérien Ismaël has done with Watford currently. So it's concerning. I'm really concerned about Watford defensively. I think actually offensively going forward, we can score a goal. Vakin Bayo scoring, a decent goal. We made a couple of really good runs yesterday and was probably unlucky when he rounded the keeper not to score there as well. And Wesley Hoopes scoring a fantastic left-footed shot from the edge of the box. So I think going forward, we have enough to score goals. We scored 3 goals away at Coventry, the 2 goals at home to Birmingham City, beating QPR 4-0. There are goals in this Watford team. game. But I think defensively, we're all just being let down at the moment by Wesley Hoot, Ryan Porteous, Daniel Batman at times, Jeremy Ngakia. I'm still baffled as to why he's starting games for Watford at the moment. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, really. I'm just a little bit concerned that Watford season could go very wrong very quickly. And yeah, we need to definitely be picking up a couple of results in the next few games. I mean, Sunderland, I'm really concerned about, as I said. But Cardiff City, for me, is the game that Watford should really be targeting to get 3 points from. Because if we don't do that, as I said, I'm very concerned for Ismail's future. But thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Credit to Middlesbrough. I thought they were excellent yesterday and broke Watford down really well. Their patterns of play were absolutely superb. And yeah, I was completely wrong about Middlesbrough in my match preview. They really are, a fantastic side. And Watford were, quite frankly, terrible everywhere in the pitch yesterday. So thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.